All right, this is my third time doing this video, and I would say the reason I did the second time was because it was too long. The third time I was doing this because I thought my mom might see this, and I was cursing in the first two videos, and my mama can't see me curse on social media. So out of respect for her, I'm gonna do it one more time. No curse words. And I'm a little calmer now, so it might be a little more professional. But I just wanted to do a quick video about the post that I made in regards to the recent firings at my former school, Sewickley Academy. And if you don't know, there were 4 teachers, 4 administrators, and 1 teacher that was fired recently because there was a group of parents that were against this group of individuals and staff of the school who were pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion into Sewickley Academy. Now, if you don't know much about Sewickley Academy, it is one of the private schools of Western PA, pre-K to 12th grade. They are recognized as one of the better private schools in PA. Sidebar, I think that their arrogance makes them believe they're better than what they are. And this is one of the reasons why they're not, and they probably never will be until they change the way they think. But back to what I was saying. When I heard the news and the reason behind why these people were fired, like I said, I'm redoing this video because I was cursing in the other one. So I'm not going to do that here, but I was extremely disgusted, extremely disappointed, and I was just so angry that the school that I went to that really has not changed over the years, and it is a predominantly white school, and diversity is sprinkled in there, that with this huge push now, because of the climate of the world, because of the tension that we're dealing with in society, with racism and segregation still, and a lot of these deeply embedded racist policies and politics and education, that this push for diversity, equity, inclusion into the school that is predominantly white is a great thing. Now, you can't tell me, and there's nothing that you can say that can justify to me that pushing DEI into this school, or any school at that matter, is a bad thing. And I'm just so disappointed with this group of parents, and I get it. Listen, the world we live in, people they feel the way they feel. And I always say that I am not offended by how a person feels. If your ideals and your philosophies are racist, that's you. Just don't bring it to me. If you're not into DEI, hey, that's okay with you. Don't bring that to me. And to see this happen, but my concern is not the fact that it happened, is that, and huge shout out to, there's a group of parents who I do know that are going to speak to the new headmaster or head of school to try to get these teachers reinstated. I guess that's what they're doing. But I'm curious why there's not more of an uproar and more voices being heard, or more things being said from other members of the Sewickley Academy family, community, former students, former staff, current staff, that this is wrong in every way, shape, or form. I mean, if I was a parent, which I have 2 children, I would never send my kids to Sewickley Academy. I'm gonna send them to Shadyside. I'm gonna send them to Winchester, Thurston. Why would I send them to a school that just fired staff members for pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion into a school that needs diversity? Like, I am blown away. But there has to be so much more pushback. There has to be so many more people that have to speak out. And I said this before when I talked to people about this, and this is not an unknown fact. I'm not about to say something that you don't know. For white people, your voice is so much more powerful than my voice as a black man. I can't make things move and shake the way you can. So my question is to every white person that is affiliated with Sewickley in any way, shape, or form, if you think this is wrong, because if you don't, hey, that's fine. That's your opinion. But if you think this is wrong, you got to say something. Write a letter, make a phone call, put it on social media. Whatever it is you have to do, you have to speak out on this and say that this situation that we're seeing is wrong. That diversity, equity, and inclusion is good. Like I said earlier in the video, Sewickley has this vision of themselves that they are the elite of the elite private schools. It's always been like that. They're not. They're not even the best private school in Western PA. I think maybe in the country, they may be right outside the top 100 or right in the top 100, which is, fantastic. But I'm sure in their minds, they feel like they're better. Here's a situation where to make them more well-rounded, to make them more attractive, to make them more appealing, is to have more diversity. Less diversity does not make you more appealing. Increasing the diversity, increasing the equity, increasing the inclusion is what's going to make them better. It's what's going to make them the upper echelon. Yeah, the academics are superb, blah, 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 blah. That's nice. But they should want more and get out of those old-fashioned ways that's just keeping them as the same old Sewickley Academy. And again, like I said, I'm so disappointed. And again, I had to do this video again because the first two videos, I was cursing a lot. I was very angry. So third video, I'm a lot more calm. But, me personally, I have to say that there are people in Sewickley that I truly appreciate. And I still care about, people that were an influence on me when I was there. Most specifically recent is a woman in alumni relations, Susan Sauer, who was amazing. She was a huge advocate for the alumni basketball game. She was a huge part of the Hall of Fame induction. She was able to get me 2 of my game jerseys, which I'll be able to share with my kids, or I'll be able to put them in a plaque. I mean, she's amazing. My heart goes out to her. But, it's just, as a whole, Sewickley Academy, I have nothing for you. I don't want to represent you. I don't want to be a part of you. I don't want to give you any money. I don't want to give you any support. Why? Why, as a black man, would I want to support my former school that feels that diversity, equity, and inclusion is not important? So Sewickley Academy, I'm wiping my hands of you for now, unless things change. And when I say things change, there needs to be some sense of a statement. There needs to be something that's been said that's going to show me that the Sewickley Academy community is against these decisions, that they know that this is wrong, that they know that something needs to be done for those teachers that were fired, and something needs to be done for that administrator. So the last thing I'm going to say is that, again, this whole situation has me very angry, very disappointed, very sad to say that I was a part of this institution. And I hope that there are some changes made. And like I said, shout out to the parents that are pushing back against this. But again, all my white people, all my white friends, anybody that's white that is associated with Sewickley Academy, if you think this was wrong, if you think this was an issue, speak up, say something. Don't just sit there in silence, because that's just as bad. You're just as much a part of the problem if you don't speak up. When we see in the news, in our face, what's happening, make a change, do more. Fight racism.